Hello and Allahu Akbar. The Baha'i greeting, God is glorious to all the people of the earth. My name is Abbas Tamori. I am the elder of Baha'u'llah, trying to solve the problem of the planet. Time is 9:47, Sunday, today the 7th of August. Today my message is for my brothers and sisters in Africa. What a continent. Africa is a testimony. It's a sign that mankind is oblivious about each other. So many years has passed. All they did in Europe and even United States, all the white people essentially, and some Arabs, they all tried to exploit Africans. That's all they did. So many years has passed. Are the Europeans ready to pay back what they caused, the suffering, the kidnapping of the people, selling them, making money? It doesn't matter. There are countries who did this, there are other countries that they kept silent about it. There are still other countries that they did not rise to stop this. Everybody is in the same shoe. This issue and the transgression against the African is not forgivable. I'm representing God, and I tell you that God is not forgiving this. There has to be something about it. The people in Canada learn from them. They did these atrocities too, once, in a broad way, towards the native people here. Residential schooling, kidnapping people from their villages, from their parents, forcing them to become Christians. Many years passed. It broke the link. What an atrocity. But Government of Canada, Prime Minister of Canada, and Canadian, they all apologized for it. They are recompensing it. They know it was wrong. But I haven't heard anything from Catholic Church or Anglican Church to come down and say that what they did was wrong. Not yet. Neither have I seen anything from Europeans to acknowledge all what they've done to this continent. Everywhere the traces of it is there. I'm not going to get into the history of it. French, English, name it. Portugal, Spain, Italy, all of them. They did a lot of things here. So, just attacking people and not seeing them as people because of the color of his skin? Do you at this century, you know where the skin color comes from? Let me teach you some biology. The color of a skin is represented by a gene. We call it quantitative genes. If there's one gene, same gene, one gene, your skin color becomes white like some of the Europeans. If there is two, you become like me. If there is three, you probably become like Indians in India. If you got four of the same gene, then you're like a black Sudanese. But the Sudanese black and the white man in Germany, they all have the same genes. These guys are endowed by more genes. God has given them more protections, more coat of paint on them. Is that makes them any different, really? Or you're blaming them for what they do right now, not referring to what you have done to cause this. Or I should say, things that you haven't done to stop it to where it's going right now. We have the general of the army, Mr. Hellier, right here in Canada. He conclusively said that nobody came to help to prevent Rwanda from what's happening. They didn't. So some people, they saw black color, they said, the devil. Others, they said, ooh, looks like a good business. Others, they saw free labor. And that's what happened to them. They were separated from their parents, their mother and their father. This is not settled in the court of God yet. The payback time hasn't come yet, if you want to know. I myself, as an elder of God, I feel ashamed and embarrassed to live in this apartment in the great country of Canada where I have toilet and drinking water. And tonight I know there are people in Africa that they have no home. They have no water, they have no food, they have no medicine. I'm ashamed, actually. I have a mission that I have to finish. I would probably have to join them, die with them. There's a solution. Let's talk about where this thing is coming from and why should we care. Because we're all egotistics, we're all individualistic. We all look for our own benefits. Myself. Let's see what the definition of self is. I've said this before and I'm saying that right now. To the African and to the others that they are interested with Africans. One cell in my body cannot be me. I'm combinations of billions of cells. Together, these cells create my body. But the individual cells, they don't know even I exist. But they are under my brain function. Therefore, my body is around. I myself, as a person, cannot also claim human being unless I understand I am a part of a bigger picture that includes all the people on the planet, and that is called humanity. Just as the cell in my body cannot claim it's me, I cannot also claim human being unless I understand I'm a part of the whole. So, if the cells in my body, they don't care, they don't listen, they go on their own way, they don't listen to the brain, what will happen? I become sick. It is the situation with the humanity right now. Humanity is sick. Because American, they don't think the interest of the Latino is actually their own interest. Exploited them so many years, eh? And after they beat them up and they lost the battle, economically, business-wise, military-wise, then they see them as subservient, no good. European did the same thing with Africans. They don't think Africa is their problem. It's just like my hand says that I don't care about the left hand. The left hand broke because it was his own responsibility, passed by door and he hit something, and the right hand says, hell with him. Can my right hand say that? So the problem here is not going to affect him? We know that. It's cliche, eh? But believe me, if you think this argument is stupid, it's just as stupid as a European you think Africans are not a problem. It is. It's your leg. It's broken. Okay? Or Australia. Country, I don't know, 20 million, 30 million. They do not want to let Chinese and Indian to come and populate the country. They think they're barbarian, they're this and that and that. Well, they're going to pay for this because this planet is not, the deed of the land is not written for any particular nations. That's not the nature works. We don't care about these things, then we're going cuckoo, we're crazy. Planet, humanity is sick because some parts of the body doesn't listen to other parts, they don't functions. Because there's no brain in this planet, there's no universal government to control things around. This is the order of Baha'u'llah. He said you have to have universal government. You had local, you had provincial, you had national. It was all useful. So universal government. The first thing it does, it gets rid of the army and the world. And I spend that money to go fix Africa, the deserts, everything else. The world is sick and the wound is in Africa. They don't care about it, Europeans. The wound is going to come up. It's going to engulf you. It's going to get you. So, this not caring about others, there's not some kind of philosophy I'm bringing up. You think that some quantum field theory about atomic structures and ambiguous thoughts. No, the matter is very clear. The evidence is everywhere. Any rich man in the world that is depressed, doesn't find meaning in their life, is because his other parts in the planet is suffering. If they look at Bill Gates, they rise like him. If they go and help others, they're going to feel better. Europeans were good at one time. Wasn't it Dr. Albert Schweitzer went to Africa? Dr. Livingston? Today, Mr. Clooney is trying to help people in Darfur. Bono is trying to collect money. You have here and there, pockets of people understanding this. But unfortunately, your system is so wide open that it seems your system is bigger than yourself. You are totally obedient to the system. Presence of no power. Well, then God will give you a hand. Believe me, I'm going to fix it for you. So, continue to my note. I said here, we have to get rid of this racism. I'm not claiming here right now one particular part of people are not racist about others. It's everywhere. Even Africans are racist against each other. But when you have problem between two nations, in United Kingdom, let's say, long time, Irish, they hate English and English fights at them and them. The reason then, it is within yourself. It's just manifested through the third person who's in the center. You white people, you want to punch each other, but the poor Muslims is in between, you bang him. You find reasons. Hating an Africans because of his color or Muslims or any race definitely is a problem within yourself towards your own kind. And the person in the center is getting it. It's manifesting through him. You're attacking him. You want to beat that guy, he's in there, you attack him. In other words, if you get rid of the blacks and whatnot, so make the country all German, you're going to kill each other again. It was in a movie. One of these monsters of the Nazi regime was saying that if we kill the Jews, then there's no reason for us to be busy with something. If we get rid of them, we're going to fight ourselves among ourselves. They're there for us to box them. The guy said, I don't miss the Jews, let them die. Anyways, Africa paid the ultimate price. They became a slave in recent centuries in the US. But this pain, this pressure, peer pressure of people over people, it finally gave a result and it evolved in a solution. You'll have the Martin Luther King Jr., the crown of all the politicians in the United States, the very king of the politics and social order. And it's the evolution where it goes. The pressure of African turned them into Martin Luther King. Barack Obama is just one of the